Tonight, we have a rainy one for you as Papio and LaVista all the way from Omaha come and visits the Kearney Bearcats here for this Friday night showdown. Along with my colorman, Cannon Rath, Sean Carson, I am Jeff Ekstrom. We got our cameraman, Allie Myers, producer Colton Hollebeck, and our producer, Robert Goff. Guys, we got a rainy atmosphere out here. It's been raining all day. It's dreary out. We got number 7 Kearney against the Papio and LaVista team, who the Bearcats can't take lightly. So what are you guys most excited about here in this matchup?
I'm excited for the slip and slide matchup between the two.
All right, well, Jeff, I'm always excited for obviously great deep passes. I'm a deep pass man, and you know, like we say every week, we don't get to see a whole lot of them. Last week we actually got a few, and it was actually a really good game for us at least, and I'm hoping to see a few more today.
Well, of course, Sean is talking about the 42-0 victory over Miller North the Bearcats had last week at Buell Stadium. Bearcats just dominated the Mustangs up front physically and was able to run right over them en route to 42-0 win over a Miller North program that is used to winning Class A state titles and being in contention almost every year. Now let's set the tail of the tape. Bearcats will kick off to begin this match, but they sit at 6-0. Victories over Grand Island, Lincoln East, North Platte, Lincoln Northeast, Fremont, and last week in Miller North. While Papio is up, they are 2-4. Their victories are against Papio and LaVista South and Omaha Benson last week. Their losses include Lincoln Southwest, Miller North, Lincoln Pius the 10th, and Creighton Prep.
You know, looking through the Kearney is, Kearney and Papio, they've only played 3 times in the last 3 years since 2003. But 2 of those 3 games have been decided by 3 points between the two.
Last season, the Bearcats traveled all the way to Papillion and pulled out a gritty 17-14 victory. And, of course, the year before, they lost in double overtime here at Foster Field, 26-23, as Gabe Hines, the junior kicker, is kicking off, but the ball is blew off the stand as it's pretty windy out. You can see from the lights that there's a lot of mist going around. It's been like this for most of the day here in Kearney, as it looks like we're probably going to have someone hold for Gabe Hines. But coming into this match, Kearney 6-0 against the Papio and LaVista team, 2-4, but they are, as I like to quote, a sneaky team. If you let them in, they have the possibility of pulling the upset. They certainly have the talent to do so, including their star running back Jerome Barnes, over 1,000 yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, including a 305 rushing yard game last week against Omaha Benson. As we are off, as Papio will take it at the 5-yard line. It'll go up the middle, and he won't get much down at the 25.
I agree, Jeff. Looking at the stats here, we cannot give them any sleight of hand, any movement, because it will not go good for us. They are a team to not underestimate.
So the starting quarterback for Papio and LaVista is going to be Connor Barnett, a 5'11", 175-pound junior. 537 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, but he can run as well. 566 rushing yards with 6 rushing touchdowns. Fake the run. He's going to roll to his right. It's tipped and incomplete. Hand on it. Looked like that was Will Jorgensen, the senior linebacker. And so 2nd and 10 coming up for the Monarchs.
In last week's game, the Bearcats, they had a strong dominance performance on the D-line. As the season goes, it's going to improve. It's been improving for them.
So here comes Barnett. With it looks like Barnes to the right side. Motions the man. It's going to be a read option. He hands it to a man on the outside. That is number 17, Malik Barnes. I would think he might be related to Jerome Barnes, but we don't know for sure. The 6-foot, 195-pound junior. He'll get it for a gain of 7, 3rd and 3. So 3rd and 3 for Papio and LaVista. Empty backfield. Bubble screen out front. That is Barnes. He's going to try to get the corner, wraps around. There's going to be a flag, so when it's out there, you might have a feeling that could be holding. Caleb Bean with the tackle. So it's going to be holding against Papillion, so the Bearcats will accept that one. So it'll be a 3rd and long. Still waiting to back him up.
Pretty misty out here.
Isn't that what Coach Cool wanted, was those 3rd and long? You know, I mean, we had our interview with him, but didn't play it since delays and all that. But Coach Cool said that he wanted the 3rd and long situations for the Bearcats defense.
So 11-10, 50 seconds into this opening quarter. Still a little confusion, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Monarchs. Coach Cool said in the interview that they're going to run a lot of options, read and zone options, along with a lot of bubble screens out in the flat. You just saw one to play before with Jerome Barnes. Barnett to throw. Going to look downfield. It looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like by Big Lee with the big tip.
So it'll be 3 and out for this Papillion LaVista offense, which is the strong side of the ball for the Monarchs, because defense has to do a little work. Averages giving up 49 points per game.
Defense, according to the stats, has not been doing that well this year.
Has not been.
The least amount of points they've given up all season was last week against Omaha Benson. They only gave up 26. Matt Studi, the senior running back, back at their own 45. Kind of a shorter punt and kind of a low punt as well, as Studi dives down for it for their catch. But the Bearcats will start in the Papillion LaVista territory, where Cannon Coster will come out.
The man.
The legend.
Actually, Cannon's supposed to be the myth, the legend.
Ruined it. I quit.
So, 1st and 10 from the Monarch 46. And a couple of records to pay attention to. Cannon is 2 passing touchdowns shy of tying the school record. As I pull that up. Coster, he's going to run an option. He's going to cut inside. And still going, breaks a couple more tackles. He's gone. Cannon Coster going for the corner. He's going to get it. First offensive play of the night. And the Bearcats are on top 6-0.
Give him a chance. Come on.
Just one play in for the Bearcats offense. The running game explodes for Coster. So looks like we have a player down for the Monarchs.
It's like a knee injury.
10:46 left here in this first quarter. Just a little over a minute, and the Bearcats pull it on top 6-0.
Looks like a leg injury for this bud. Not looking
Ooh,
too
it does
good.
not look good. He hasn't moved much with that knee. Well, we'll take a break then. Injury timeout. Bearcats score on the 46-yard touchdown run by Cannon Coster. You're watching live here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Kearney. Bearcats just trying to kick the extra point. Gabe Hines. The injury for Papio and LaVista was Ian Turner, the 6', 270-pound senior. Hopefully he is all right as he gets evaluated there on the sideline. And that kick is good. 7-0 Bearcats.
Hines, he's had a great season with his kicking this year.
Believe the only extra point he missed was believe at the beginning of the year against Guyana, his very first one.
So, yeah, and that's the only one he's
ever
missed.
since then. He's been improving.
So, only a minute and 13 into this game, the Bearcats are up 7-0 on the 46-yard touchdown run by Cannon Coster. Counted about, he broke around, looked like 6 tackles there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't wrap him up. And that's just one of the technique things.
It didn't look like he was going too fast. He's got such long legs.
Mm-hmm.
Just great to watch him run.
Just a powerful quarterback when he goes in the running.
So Hines will come out again and kick it away. Miko Maisner will hold it, as we still have plenty of mist blowing here at Foster Field. So here's Hines, 7-0 Kearney. Brings the man back right at the 1. And he gets tripped up, tackled there. Looks like that was Nick James, and that's where the offense will take over. They're marking around the 20-yard line. So a 3-and-out to start the game for Papillion. Off the holding call on the 3rd and 3 that they would have converted if not for the penalty.
I think we're going to be hearing Malik Barnes' name quite a bit tonight. As looking at the notes you gave me with his stats, he's got a pretty good season going for him.
Didn't it last week he broke a Class A record?
Tied a Class A record, 7 rushing touchdowns, and those were all the touchdowns, all the points that Papillion and LaVista scored. As it's going to be Barnes who takes it. Excuse me, that's Barnett. The quarterback, he'll take it up for a couple yards. But yeah, last week, Jerome Barnes, the running back, has 1,013 rushing yards on the year. 305 last week against Omaha Benson, including 7 rushing touchdowns. And to add to that, he scored touchdowns on his first 5 carries.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
Barnett, read option, gives off to Barnes, but he's going to be tackled there about 4 Bearcats.
Great Bearcat defense right there. See it every week, seeing it now.
Just great pursuit, and that's what Coach Gould said also is playing assignment football versus a spread offense team and just having good pursuit of the ball carrier. And that's going to set up another 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. What are you looking to see from Papillion here on this 3rd and long, guys?
Well, I haven't watched them enough to know for sure, but I think we're going to see a lot of running from Barnes, obviously. It's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be really close, I'm sure.
Read option gives out to Barnes. He cut inside, but Bearcats are there. Miko Maisner and a few others. He won't get close to the first down, so another 3-and-out unless Papillion decides to go for it.
Don't think he was going to make it past those 10 Bearcat defenders. That was
he might
all of them over there.
He might be powerful, but I'm going to agree with Sean. I don't think he would have been past them.
A little confusion there, but then Papillion finally sends out the punting unit.
A lot of confusion tonight.
Matt Studi had a fair catch on his last punt return. He will stand around the Bearcat 45. He'll move in a little now around to midfield. High punt, very short though. Studi, fair catch. And he makes another diving fair catch again.
A little upset with himself there too. I think this wind is probably that contributing factor.
Isn't the wind blowing right in?
Bearcats have the wind with them as Papillion has the wind going against them, so that's probably why the punts are just coming back towards them, making it tough for Studi. And it's funny, I was told actually today by one of the players that the Bearcats knew coming into this game it was going to be like this. It was going to be rainy. Yep. The ball was going to be wet. I was told that during practice yesterday, they would get a water bottle and just dump water on the football every play, just to simulate what it's going to be like at game time.
Great idea. I would never have thought about that.
Coster fakes the handoff. He's going to go up the middle. He'll get a good amount. Good up to the 38. And another injury to a Monarch. Hate to see that. It doesn't look good either.
Especially in high school, playing football and not sure who that is. But when you're getting injured your high school career, that could possibly end your football career for your life. And seeing an injury on the field, from a high schooler, it's kind of upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy watching high school games, and when I see a high school player injured, it's upsetting.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. Another injury timeout for a Monarch. Bearcats lead at 7-0, 8:21 left in the opening quarter. This broadcast is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Kearney. Off the injury, that was number 42, Hunter Shrugs, the 6', 200-pound sophomore defensive end. So hopefully he gets okay on the sideline. It's 2 knee injury or leg injuries
already
here in this first 4 minutes of play. Coster under shotgun. Hands it up, Matt Studi, but he'll get stopped almost immediately. That was number 50. Aiden Dumont, 6'2", 195-pound junior. And some score updates for you in the first half of play in a must-win. The United States men's soccer team is ahead 2-0 over Panama. And in the 8th inning, in the ALDS, Game 2, the Yankees are up 8-7 over the AL Central champions, the Cleveland Indians. Coster fakes handoff, roll to his left. Gonna look downfield, got man open. It's Atchison, he overthrew him. Wide open was Tyler Atchison, beat his man out there, but incomplete. It's 4th and 5, but I mean, you're kind of in the no man's zone. What do you guys say they should do here?
Well, it's tough. I don't know. We have great runners. It's just their defense is. Their defense is holding our runners back. We saw it with Studi just a few plays ago. I'm thinking a few more passes like that. Atchison was wide open. Coster just threw it a little bit ahead of him. I think we'll probably see a lot more passes as the game goes.
I can agree with Sean. Probably more of the pass game other than the run game.
Late substitution, that's Corey Kitt, as the Bearcats will have to punt it away. And false start. Yep. That's actually going to be a delay game, I believe. Or it might.
Already time for laundry, Jeff.
Yes, Sean, indeed.
It's not the laundry time yet.
So delay game. Still 4th down. We are on 4th and 10. They'll just give Cannon a little more room. 3rd best punter in Class A. Averages around 50 yards per punt.
He's an all-around great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, football.
It's a good punt, too. They're going to down it around the 12 or 13. That's where the Monarchs will take over. Bearcats certainly winning the field position battle early on. All their 2 drives have started inside Papillion LaVista territory, while the Monarchs, all their drives have been inside their own 25. And so, as mentioned before, Al Cannon is just a couple records shy. He is 2 passing touchdowns away from tying the record for career passing touchdowns. That record is held by Jason Jones, a 2001 graduate. And he's around 1,500 yards short of the all-time yards record holder. That's Luke McNitt, as Cannon's at 2,900 and McNitt is at 4,500. So Barnett on the option, get pitches to the right side for Barnes. He's going to get upfield. He'll get around 8. So second short coming up here for the Monarchs. Isaiah Staubert on the tackle.
Now Papio, they're probably going to go with Barnes most of the majority of the games. That's a star player for them. You saw their passing game hasn't really worked out. Has he completed 1 pass yet?
I believe maybe 1. Maybe around 1.
I'm pretty sure majority of his pass attempts have been tipped by the Bearcats.
Do have a score update. North beat Omaha Burke 48, sorry.
And Barnett's going to keep it up the middle. He'll get the first down. He'll get down to the 29. But, Sean, that's a big score. Omaha North, number 3 ranked team. According to the Omaha World Herald, and Omaha Burke is number 1. So number 1 falls today to Omaha North in a potential Game of the Year matchup. But the more important rankings is NMB Prep PowerPoint, who decides what seed they are in the playoffs. And Burke was number 1, and Kearney, in fact, was number 2 going into today. But certainly that will probably change with Omaha North picking up that victory. As Barnett's going to scramble, get out to the 35. Make it 2nd and 4. Will Jorgensen, Corey Kitt on the tackle. And a lot of games in the Omaha area were moved up today just for compensation in consideration of the weather. Of course, just misting. Actually, in fact, it might have stopped raining here in Kearney as of now. But just big storms rolling through the metro area, which is why a lot of games were moved up to 4 o'clock or 4:30. As Barnett keeps it again. As Nathan Murray and Thad Huber combine on the tackle, but the Monarchs are going to move the chains.
That's the second time in a row the Barnett has kept the ball for himself, just run up the middle. I couldn't tell, but is Papio trying to run some little trick plays with fake handoffs and quarterback just QB sneak him, just keep him for himself?
Those would be read options that they like to run majority of the time. Hand off to Barnes. He's going to try to bounce outside. He won't get anywhere. Around 3 Bearcats are there on the tackle. Nathan Murray, Hunter Novacek, and Corey Kitt.
Hello, goodbye. That is that's what our defense has been saying this whole season. You you run into them and they get a hand on you. I don't think you're going to get free, Jeff.
No, as evidenced by the 7.5 points per game the Bearcats give up, compared to 49 the LaVista defense gives up.
A little bit of a difference.
Just a small difference.
Hand off to Barnes again. He's going to go nowhere. Gain of maybe 1. Bring up a 3rd and long.
Now, do you think Barnes was ready for this defense the Bearcats was going to bring?
Well, he got some love yesterday from the Omaha World Herald Prep Zone, a feature article on his state-tying rushing touchdown record. And even, in fact, it was a good article. It said that this is probably one of his biggest matchups or difficult matchups he's going to have all season, especially with that defensive line up front that the Bearcats have as they run that 3-5. Tyler Atchison, Grant Kowalski, Lee Harrington. You got Miko Mazur comes at defensive end.
Maybe another delay of game.
And the defense looked like it was still setting up for the Bearcats. Didn't see any movement up front. Yep, actually it is going to be false start.
By looking at number 76.
Think we'll see any offsides by Atchison today? It's been almost every single game he's got 1 or 2.
He likes to jump that snap.
Very itchy player, but He's a good one at that. He makes up for it.
So 3rd and 13. Barnett in shotgun. 5 wide. Motions Barnes. He's going to hand to Barnes. A jet sweep. He won't get anywhere near the first down. Only about a gain of 2. So the Monarchs will have to punt it away. Their 3rd straight drive, they've had to punt it away. Really haven't been able to get nothing going. Jerome Barnes really hasn't been able to do anything so far. And you're going to see this game, I would think, go very, very fast. Both teams love to run the ball. Both teams average over 200 yards of rushing each game as Matt Studi takes it from around the 26, cuts up field, but swallowed up quickly by Papio and LaVista at their own 30.
Coming back to soccer, U.S. is leading 3-0 with Panama.
And that is a must
yeah.
win to stay alive. In fact, we have a couple members of our chain game missing tonight. We got Mr. Mishu and Mr. Steinbrook. They are gone with the Nebraska Outlaws at Fanatics watching the game right now. Another score date, bottom of the 8th. Cleveland has tied the game with the New York Yankees 8-8 in that series. It's game 2. The Indians lead it 1-0 in the series. Matt Studi is going to bounce to the outside, and he's going to cut. He's going to go upfield. He's going to get inside Papio and LaVista territory. Great run by Matthew Studi.
You know, I can always really depend him to find a pocket and run through it. Lately, he's been kind of tripping up over his feet. We saw that with Northeast and few times with Lincoln teams, but today he's starting off pretty decent. A few iffy catches, diving right to the ground. Good catches, don't get me wrong, but another great run by Studi.
You know, now the sophomore Miko Maisner went in.
So, yeah, kind of thunder and lightning kind of duo for the Bearcats as pitched outside to Maisner. There he goes. Maisner. Oh, he gets tripped up at the 25. Oh, and he wanted it too.
He was, if he should have hurdled him. If he would have hurdled that jump, he would have been gone to the end zone.
Penalty on that call. Nope.
Would you say that, you know, Studi's more of the strong guy that runs, but Maisner has the speed out of the threat between the two?
Studi's going to be in between the tackles, ground and pound back, while you're going to see with Maisner, they're going to do some pitches, maybe a jet sweep every once in a while. But, yeah, Maisner the speed back, Studi the power back. Something the Bearcats haven't really had in a long time. Maisner up between the tackles. He's going to get upfield. So, gain of 5, second 5. 2 minutes left.
See some more of this Bearcats run game.
Coster in shotgun, looks to throw to his left. Now to his right, going to go downfield, looking for Maisner, double coverage. Oh, he got it! Miko Maisner, what a catch! Touchdown to Kearney!
Right in between the two defenders. That was a great catch.
Yep, double coverage. They were double coveraging Maisner. Went up there right there and snatched the ball.
Thought he might have missed that, but...
No, I thought he missed it.
And it looked like Maisner had to come back for it.
He did a little bit.
Had to turn his back. It still got him up with the catch.
But he got what he wanted from that last play.
This is how Maisner couldn't get that rushing touchdown. He got a receiving touchdown now under his name.
See our rowdy flags coming out.
And the kick is good. 14-0 Bearcats. 1:40 left in this opening quarter. Miko Maisner, 28-yard touchdown reception. We'll take a break. Be back. This is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Foster Field. Gabe Hines kicks it away. Oh, it's bobbled and dropped. That's Jaden Collins. He's going to take it up ahead, but hit hard. That was Nick James' second kickoff tackle he's made this game already. He'll get, and Papillion is down at their own 14.
That's James' second big hit for under his name tonight.
And now the mist has came back here in Kearney. We got a little rain projected at around 8 o'clock. With each time I look at it, it seems to go down in percent of chance. So hopefully no thunder or lightning. Barnett gonna go around the edge. Looks like that might have been Barnes, the other Barnes, Malik Barnes.
Think there's any relations between the two there?
Don't know for sure, but they're probably related. Second 4, gain of 6. Minute to go here in this opening quarter of play. Barnett in shotgun. Barnes right behind him. He's going to give it off to Barnes. He's got a hole. Breaks a couple tackles, but he'll get the first down near the 30. So Papillion will move the chains. Josh Ray with the tackle. One of the starting linebackers along with Will Jorgensen. We'll also see Thad Huber in there as well. On the cornerbacks, you'll see Isaiah Staubert and Davis Skiles. In the secondary, you'll see Nathan Murray and Braden Miller. Another end around for Barnes, and Malik Barnes is going to get up, get a gain of 5.
I don't know if you noticed when the mist is starting to pick up pretty heavy here, unless it's just the wind blowing it.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, and if I can see correctly, I do believe Will Jorgensen is out of his cast. Not quite sure.
I believe that might be the case. That's usually he's had that issue after the first game against Grand Island this year, so it's good to see. He's played through it with that cast.
Yeah, he's done amazing with that cast.
But it's good to see. End of the opening quarter here in Kearney. The number 7th ranked team in Class A leads Papillion LaVista 14-0. You're watching live here on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
We welcome you back here to Foster Field. Bearcats lead at 14-0, and we'll see the Papillion LaVista offense start a 2nd and 5 at their own 33. Read option gives it to Barnes. He'll get the first down. He'll get to the 39. And just by looking at him from up here, he is a way bigger kid than I thought he was going to be better.
You know, I saw him from a distance, and I was like, you know, he kind of looks like Masner. He's not too skinny. He's got some legs on him. Coming over here on our side, we can see him. That's a big kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be scared to run in front of him.
6 foot, 200-pound running back.
He just looks thicker than 210, too. Has a nice blend of power and speed. Barnett, swing pass. Good tackle right there. I believe that might have been Davis. No, that might have been Braden Miller.
Yep, Braden Miller.
Braden Miller starting, and just a clobber of the Dominance Bearcat defense.
He'll play a lot of that strong safety position.
Possibly starting quarterback next year.
We'll see what. Yeah, that'll be an interesting development. See what Coach Cool wants to do next year. Of course, Cannon is a senior. You have Miko Maisner, who's established himself as a fantastic running back.
Oh, yes.
And they like to play Braden on defense at the strong safety position. He's been doing really well. So, interesting development. But Bearcats 6-0 this year. See if they can make some. Oh, lost the ball. Barnett will hop on it, but and that's the first sign we've seen that rain has come into play. And we're already in the second quarter before we see that.
Yeah. I think no one was around him. It just slipped out of his hand and tried to throw it.
And that's what the rain will do for you, and that's we didn't see the rain affect much in the first quarter, but right there it showed what it can do.
You know, the wind's been the worst factor so far, but right there the mist, almost rain, has gotten to us.
We'll probably just start seeing more of a running game between the two teams.
So here comes the Monarchs. Barnett in shotgun, Barnes to the left. Looks to throw to his right. Gonna look deep. Gonna go deep. And good coverage there by Hunter Novacek. His intended receiver was number 85, Jared Shaleen. And Novacek played that perfectly right in front of his receiver. In stride with him. And the ball just was a little out in front of him. So incomplete.
Turned around right at the right moment, saw the ball, swiped it.
And that's what's made Hunter one of the better players on this Bearcat defense. He can hop back there in coverage while also being able to blitz off that tight end or tackle for the up front on the defensive line. Ooh, almost blocked. Looked like that was Nathan Murray. Studi plays on a bounce. Going to go to the near sideline. Now it's going to cut inside, but he'll get tackled and move back. They'll mark him just short of the
Novacek
45.
Got his way a little bit.
Little score updates. Class B matchup. Elkhorn South, the number 1 team in Class B, number 5 all class, leads their rival Elkhorn 14-0 at the start of the second quarter. And Elkhorn started the season as number 4 in Class B, so they've lost a couple of games they probably shouldn't have, and so they're unranked. So that's a better matchup in reality than you see it on paper. But, I mean, Elkhorn South's a different beast when you talk about them.
Oh, yeah.
Moses Bryant, one of the better running backs to come through Nebraska.
There's the run.
And then Studi, that's a face mask. And, yep, there's around 3 flags on the field on that one. And even people from up here in the stands could see that.
That face mask is visible from the kids in their dorm rooms watching.
Indeed.
Going back on the Elkhorn South, isn't Elkhorn South going to move up probably to Class A here soon?
Yes, if they reclassify, they most likely will. I can't say for sure if it's next year or the year after, but Elkhorn South will move up. I believe in basketball this year they will move up. It was funny because with the basketball situation, Elkhorn South played because in preparation they anticipated Elkhorn South would move up by 2016, but in last year's schedule, Elkhorn South played majority of their games against Class A when they were Class B. But then Lincoln Pius, who they thought would be Class B, was Class A. So they played majority of their games against Class A schools instead of Class B schools.
It's all
or excuse me, they played against Class B schools, not Class A schools.
It's all way too confusing.
I agree.
I'll let you deal with that.
Hands off to Matt Studi. Makes a nice cut, and he'll get up the field for a nice gain around 7. Bearcat offense just rolling. And they're going to get up to the 28. 2nd and 3.
Just watching the first quarter and part of the second quarter, the Bearcats run the ball pretty well, or just moving the ball really well tonight. In this conditioning, it's wet. It's not a clear night. They're just doing a good job moving the ball.
Well, like you said earlier, it's wet. We're going to see a lot of runs, as we see right now to Jorgensen.
Fullback dive goes nowhere. Again, they're going to give them forward progress. Gain of, it looks like 2. Down at the 26. Give me 3rd and short.
You know, Sean, going back from earlier about Jorgensen, he does have his cast off.
Yep, no cast. Looks like his thumb is wrapped up, though. Probably just extra protection just in case he does something to it again.
It's always a good sign, though, when those injured players have their cast off, even though he was playing with it.
Coster under center. And dead play got him, and that's what you're going to see a lot from the Bearcats on 3rd short, and it worked right there for Papio and LaVista. That was number 74, Braden Briscoe, 6'3", 185-pound junior.
That's gonna give the Bearcats first down.
Another score update and the Strive game of the week. Aurora versus York. York number 3 in Class B. Aurora number 8. And at the end of the first quarter, they are tied at 14 apiece. So interesting match over there in Aurora. Coster, stretch play, hands it off to Studi. Muscles his way forward down to the 17-yard line. Bearcats inching closer and closer.
You know, walking next to Studi in the halls, he's not a tall kid. You wouldn't think he was, you know, as strong as he is. And then you come see him out here, you know, under the lights playing football. That he's got some muscle. He's got some great legs. He's got some speed, and he's got an eye for the pocket.
He stands at 5'10", 180 pounds. Coster hands it up the middle again to Studi. Now he's going to bounce to the outside, trying to get the corner. He's going to get in. Touchdown. Kearney, Matt Studi. 20-0 Kearney.
It's a good run by Studi, you know, getting to the outside of the pocket.
Great run by Studi.
Very good run.
17-yard touchdown run by Matthew Studi. If I check my stats correctly, that is his 9th rushing touchdown of the year, and it puts the Bearcats up 3 possessions, 20-0. And the kick is good. That makes it 21-0 Bearcats here. Just a minute over halfway through this second quarter of play. You're watching live here on the Bearcats Sports Network. We'll be right back. Brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Foster Field. As we look over here at the Bearcats sideline, they've brought out the jackets. They're getting soaked down there. Well, guys, I think we're pretty lucky. We get here in this nice, comfy, not the warmest, but we're under some shelter here in this nice press box.
At least we're dry.
We do have 2 4x4 windows right in front of us, which isn't helping.
And they're both open.
Malik Barnes takes it around the 5. But tackle right away. He'll be down at the 20. That's, guess who? Nick James, 3rd kickoff tackle of the night.
You know, he's having a great game on his part.
As we see Mr. Cherry gives him the first high five. As we look down there also, Coach Cherry breaking out the track suit.
I didn't know this was track season.
It's track season to all season. Every day of the year.
For Coach Cherry.
So here come the Monarchs. Start at their own 20. 7:01 left here in the second quarter. Jeff Ekstrom, colorman Sean Carson, Cannon Rath with you. Barnes up the middle. Gets good amount of yards, gets 6. And they're up to the 26. And a little development in C1 down there in our friends down in Minden. Kearney Catholic is playing the Whippets, and it's only 7-0 Stars after the first quarter.
The Whippets, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good old Minden.
So 2nd and 4 for Papillion. Hands it off to Barnes, bounce to the outside. He's got some space. He's going to go down the sideline. Murray trips him up. He'll be inside Bearcat territory. The first big run for the Monarchs this game. They're all the way down to the Bearcat 40. Barnes showing his nice speed and agility to bounce it to the outside and bring it downfield for a good amount of yardage. So 1st and 10, 6 minutes, halfway through the second quarter. Barnett and shotgun. Malik Barnes in motion. Fake handoff. Up the middle is Barnett. Tyler Atchison is right there. They'll get up to the 36.
You know, I've noticed this is actually, I think this is the Monarchs' first time they're in the Bearcat territory. I think, you know, every time they've had possession of the ball, they've been in their O's and punting it away.
The score update, York in the Strive Game of the Week takes the lead 21-14 in the second quarter. 2nd and 6. For Papillion. Low snap, but takes it anyway. Barnett is going to keep himself, but Bearcats weren't fooled right there.
The dominance led by that senior core.
Josh Ray. And it looks like Lee Harrington was the tackle there as well.
I think Grant Kowalski had a little piece of that too. Grant's one of the few juniors that are on the starting lineup on the defense.
5 minutes to go here in this first half. 3rd and 5 for Papillion from the Bearcat 35. Barnett shotgun. Hand off the Barnes up the middle. He'll get tripped up near the first down marker. Might be a yard or two short. And I think, they're going to mark him about a yard short. And I think, guys, this is a situation where I think Papillion needs to go for it.
By the looks of it.
They punted too much. I say they're getting bored of punting. Go for it.
Well,
why not?
Well, I mean, especially where they're at, you know, they're 1 yard short. Why not just go for it with the wind at their back?
I believe that's what they're doing.
And they got 31. They're at the Bearcat 31, so kind of a no-man zone.
Confusion.
And a thing from the sideline. We'll see if the Bearcats can hold it. Got a 4-man front right now.
It looks like they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Papillion LaVista. Head coach Randy Hubert takes the timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:30 left here. 5 minutes left here this second quarter. Bearcats lead 21-0. We'll be back here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Back to Foster Field here on the campus of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. 4th and 1 for Papillion LaVista. They trailed 21-0, 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Now, would you think they would keep it, do a little QB sneak or hands it off to Barnes?
Right now, they might do QRX sneak the way their formation is. And, yep, they're going to do it.
I don't think they'll get it.
Well, the pile is right there. I don't think he made it.
He did
Bearcats say they didn't.
The only forward progress is what could be called, but I don't think he made it.
Let's see what they call here.
Stewie running out there with the ball.
Yeah, Stewie came out of the pile with it. Let's see where they mark it. Not a great spot for Papilion's sake.
They got it.
That's going to be really, really close.
They're going to measure that one.
And they're bringing up the gang.
Bearcats originally thought they stopped them.
Here comes the chain gang.
Looks like it's short.
And, yep, it's going to be short. Bearcat defense stands
Little
strong.
excited. There's Davis Skiles with his super hyped happiness, as always.
You know, that dominance the Bearcats are showing on the defense.
Just got a call from a buddy, actually. He's supposed to be making a shout-out to Tyler Meisner. Thanks for listening, buddy.
We'll see you tomorrow in Fremont, Tyler.
Indeed.
You don't get lucky bowling tomorrow, Tyler.
So, Bearcats take over at their own 31-yard line. 3:53 left, plenty of time to get another score on the board before half. Since the Bearcats kicked off to begin the game, they will receive it in the second half. Does a sign out we are 2 touchdowns away from a running clock. Studi up the middle, doesn't get much. Maybe a couple yards. Aiden Dumont with the tackle for Papillion LaVista. 2nd and 7 for Kearney. They marked as 6. Another score, McCook, number 4 in Class B, leads Hastings at half, only 3-0. Yet again, they're all state. Quarterback and linebacker Zach Schlager is out for a few weeks with injury. Mazer around the corner. He's got speed.
Stolberg to his right.
He is going to go to the house. He does it again. Touchdown, Kearney. Miko Mazer, there's no flags.
Mazer gets his rushing touchdown he's been wanting this whole game. 67 yards to the house from Miko Mazer, the sophomore.
Unbelievable.
Bound to be a great senior football player, if he's not injured, obviously.
He's only a sophomore, too.
No jinxing him there, Sean.
Might have jinxed it. His legs are really fast, and we know runners can easily get cramps and leg injuries.
Gabe Hines for the extra point.
And
that one is good. Bearcats lead at 28-0. Miko Mazer, 67 yards to make it 28-0. You're watching live on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank. Jimmy Christmas, did you see that?
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Kearney. They lead at 28-0. Brought to you by First National Bank. They support all Kearney High athletics. Let them be the first to handle your banking needs. If you need First National Bank, just find one near you. Member FDIC. It would not be possible to bring you this stream without First National Bank support, so we give them a huge shout-out for their continued support of Kearney High and this broadcasting stream as Marleke Barnett gets it up to the 28-yard line.
You know, that time we can say, Thad Huber came away with the tackle on that one. So you guys won't hear Nick James' names for once.
Nick James finally did not make a tackle in the kickoff.
I'm not even sure if Nick James was out there at the time.
No,
he was.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Couldn't spot him.
Just needed more love from some more of the kickoff specialists from the Bearcats. Someone else needed love for them.
Here's that outstanding Bearcat defense.
Four-man front. Barnett and shotgun. Read option gives it to Barnes. Nothing going. We'll give him 2 yards.
Unfortunately, he ran into Lee Harrington right there.
Oh, you don't want to run into Lee Harrington.
No. Big tuna right there, number 75, 6'2", 290. And that's a big difference. You see he's upped his weight up to 290.
Oh, yeah.
Last season was up maybe around 265, 270.
Was wrestling at 285.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, you could just tell the work in the offseason he's done. Another Malik Barnes around the edge. Josh Ray, first one there with the tackle, only a couple more.
You know, you can say something about, Jerome Barnes and Lee both have in common. They both have touchdowns under their names. Just Barnes has a few more.
Third down, 6, Monarchs.
So, 3rd and 6. Coming up for Papillion.
I'm expecting a run game.
4-man front. Bearcats shift over, and it's going to be a false start. Barnett isn't very happy. Bearcats made a shift to the left, and it was the left tackle, Papillion, who made the move, and that's going to back him up 5 yards. 3rd and 11 coming up. Not helping the cause.
Right as that happened, Barnes just shook his head, and he was not impressed.
As my friend DJ Collard would say, another one. That is 2 today.
So, Papillion, 3rd and 11. Rolls to his right, Barnett. Pressure there, throws it. Incomplete. Great coverage there by Nathan Murray, the weak safety, but there is a flag out where Barnett was running.
And it's on the Bearcats.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Bearcats are just too good. We'll just say that.
They just feel bad for Papio.
Not sure what happened there.
They just feel bad for Papio.
I do not know exactly what that motion, that penalty was for.
Illegal contact to the head, but did he make contact with his head?
We'll see what being out to Rich Broderson.
Cool, getting a little bit of a temper.
Yeah, he's not happy with it. Wants an explanation, gets one.
He's just going to shake it off.
3rd and 6 now. So after going back 5 yards, Papillion gets back 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and 6. 1:19 left here this first half of play. 28-0 Kearney. Barnett, the throw. Quick slant behind Malik Barnes, his intended receiver. And it's funny to see Bearcat. There was around 4 Bearcats around Barnes right there, so he was not going to get many yards after the catch.
Oh, they're definitely watching him. He's their main target for the defensive Bearcats right now. Barnes is well, we've seen it. He's dangerous.
Malik Barnes, the leading receiver for the Monarchs, 22 receptions, 263 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Staubert almost got to that punt. Studi takes it right behind the 30-yard line and get upfield near the 40. Another flag comes in. Maybe another face mask.
Didn't see it.
And we have another Monarch down.
That make 3 today. Don't believe this is another leg injury, though. Believe he just got hit too hard.
So, well, we'll take injury time out. Bearcats lead at 28-0, 1:04 left here in the second quarter. You're watching live here on the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Kearney. 104 left. Here in this quarter, pitch to the left side. Studi makes a cut. Now going to try to reverse field, but linemen are there. And he's still,
Ball's loose.
Ball's loose. Papillion recovered it. Fumble by Studi. The Monarchs pick it up. And they will start their new drive at the 32.
Would like to give a nice shout out to Mr. Marlette from supporting us all the way down to New Mexico. He was a former Kearney High teacher. And we'd like to give him a nice shout out for still supporting the Bearcats away from New Mexico.
My English teacher last year. Very great teacher. I enjoyed you very much. Thanks for watching.
Correction, Dr. Marlette.
Dr. Marlette, I'm sorry.
I apologize on that.
So we thank him for his viewership as the Monarchs look to get something going. 52 seconds left. And it's going to be a trick play. Barnes down to Malik Barnes. It was a pitch to Jerome Barnes. Looked downfield to Malik, and he got it. It was caught and brought down at the 12.
A little Barnes to Barnes action there.
So, we apologize, this camera going dead. We just had to switch out the batteries for the power.
Always going to be a technical issue.
Every game.
30 seconds left. Barnes trying to bounce to the outside, gets a blocker. He's going to go for the corner, and he's in. Touchdown. Jerome Barnes from 12 yards out. And the Monarchs finally get on the board.
Someone blowing an air horn over there?
Yep, someone.
You know, let it blow. It's going to be their only excitement for them for the night.
So Jerome Barnes, 18th rushing touchdown of the year.
So far, other than the GI game, this has been the, I would say, the toughest game so far. Somebody scoring on the Bearcats within the first half.
Of course, pitching a shutout last week. And extra point is good. 20 seconds to go. Kearney finally gives him his first points in 2 weeks as the Monarchs get on the board. 20 seconds left. Bearcats still lead at 28-0. You're watching live here on the Bearcat Sports Network.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Here to Foster Field. Here on the side of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Miko Maisner, Isaiah Staubert back for the Bearcats. Miko returned an 85-yard kickoff return a few weeks ago when they hosted Lincoln Northeast. So look out for that. Yeah, but they kick it to Staubert, who had to back up for it. Took it about the 1. Go look for a hole. And he makes one tackle.
Whoa.
He's going to try reverse field. Going to go around the far sideline. Still has some work to do. And he's going to step out.
That was a good old reverse there on his part.
And I believe he stiffed arm a Monarch, and he's down.
And they're going to call a flag.
Stiff arm on him.
There is a flag on the play, though. And usually when you try to reverse field, usually something with blocking the back or holding. We'll see what they want to call. Still haven't got no sign. Looks like it might have been sign of delay game. I'm a little confused to what the call was, but it's on the Bearcats. They'll back it up.
Blocking in the back, maybe, or
Possibly. Probably what it was.
Put him back
blocking
to
the
where
back.
he reversed the field, so it's probably blocking the back.
But I would think the Bearcats just knee it down here. And go into the half with a 28-7 victory. Not just yet. Hold on here. It's only halftime. 28-7 lead going into halftime.
Jeff, that's the second quarter, not the fourth quarter.
So Bearcats go into the half 28-7. Balanced offense all around, but Miko Mazer with the show right now. A 28-yard touchdown reception and a 67-yard run to lead the Bearcats to a 28-7 lead at halftime. We'll come back, get you some scores from around the state and then some other athletics as well, and get you a half summary also. So you're watching live here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Halftime report coming up is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the word.
We welcome you back here to Foster Field. We are at halftime. Bearcats lead at 28-7. Some other scores. The big one today, number 1 in the Class A, Omaha Burke against number 3, Omaha North, and it was Omaha North pulling the upset. And well, with the big 3 that Class A has, maybe not too much of an upset. They win it 49-28. Couple of shout-outs I'd like to make. Former Bearcat graduate Kelsey Clark and her roommate are watching from Northwest Missouri State, and she told me that her roommate is, in fact, from Papillion, LaVista. So give them a nice shout-out as they are watching all the way down at Northwest Missouri State. And in mentioning Northwest Missouri State, they played UNK in volleyball here at the Health and Sports Center at UNK. That game started at 6, so we'll look for that score for you, including shout-outs. Tweet us. Let us know where you're watching from. You can tweet us at KHS Media Pro. Send us a message where you're watching from. We like to interact with everyone, so tell us where you're at.
Indeed.
We'd love to know. Other scores we got down in Hastings. The Tigers giving a tough battle to the Bison, number 4 in Class B. Bison are only up 10-0 over Hastings. As we look now, one of our Strive members, Grand Island Northwest, trails Seward 14-7, one of the better Class B matchups. In a game, in fact, that was called early, probably due to weather. Bellevue West improves to 7-0 with a 62-0 victory over Omaha Northwest. And lots of lightning delays. Miller North, Lincoln Northeast, as Sean mentioned before. We came on. They're in a weather delay. We got Waverly and Beatrice, Class B matchup. They are in a weather delay as well. And looking through some other scores. At the half, the Strive game of the week. York, number 3 in Class B, leads the number 8 team, Aurora, 21-20 at halftime. And as we're just trying to look through some other scores. At the half, Holdridge leads 22-12 over Lexington at half. And at some other scores from around. And so those are your scoring recap. And Kearney got some stuff about the Storm for us.
You know, tonight the Tri-City Storm kicks off their season opener in Omaha against the Omaha Lancers under the new era of coach Anthony Noreen. With that, we have a 1-1 score in the second period. In Omaha, last season the Storm had 2 years ago they won the Cart Cup, and then last season was they did not do good.
Choked.
They had a terrible. This is their turnaround season as they are in their new era under a new head coach.
That give a shout out to one of my classmates in the Bearcat team, Jace Foskey, who's part of the team, one of the defensemen. Give him a nice shout out, playing over in Omaha. Around the MLB, the playoffs are going on. The division series going on. All 4 matchups playing today. It was the first one. The Astros have taken a 2-0 series lead over the Boston Red Sox as they pulled out an 8-2 victory over the Sox. Getting the win was Dallas Keuchel. Getting the loss is Drew Pomeranz. Both 2 games going on right now. End of the 10th inning, the New York Yankees are tied with the Cleveland Indians 8-8. The Indians are up 1-0 in that series, and we'll see who will be going to New York. Either the series will be tied or Cleveland leads at 2-0. And right now, in the bottom of the 6th, the Chicago Cubs, the defending World Series champions, and my favorite team to be, in fact, they are leading the Nationals 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th in the first game of the NLDS. And later tonight at 9:30, the scheduled first pitch, the NL Wild Card winners, the Arizona Diamondbacks, face the number 1 seed in the NL and number 1 overall seed, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that one was between Tajon Walker and Clayton Kershaw. First pitch scheduled for 9:30. Well, they got 2.5 minutes left on the clock. We'll take one last break and bring it back for the second half of football between Papillion and LaVista on the number 7 ranked team, Kearney High. You're watching live here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Kearney. A minute before the first half starts, a couple more shout-outs. We got basketball coach Jim Moran all the way from the state of New York watching us all the way across country. So give him a huge shout-out for watching us there. And make sure to tweet us out at KHS Media Pro. We'd love to know where you're watching from, interact with all you. So let us know where we're at. We'd like to know.
Well, we've got a couple people from all over the country watching us, surprisingly. We do have I wouldn't necessarily say old. We have an older English teacher, Dr. Rick Marlette, all the way from New Mexico. Had him and Brock and his wife, Mrs. Marlette. I knew all of them. Mrs. Marlette was my third grade teacher, actually, surprisingly. And Dr. Rick Marlette was my English 3 teacher. Great teacher, great family, nice guys.
You know, Sean, that family must love you.
I wish. Anyway, shout out to them all the way from New Mexico.
We love the support from you guys.
And another score update midway through the third quarter. Kearney Catholic leads Minden 17-0. And just, in fact, for Coach Moran on the chain game tonight is Coach Baronic, taking over there for possibly Mr. Mishu, who is out there at Fanatics watching the soccer game. The U.S., in fact, lead Panama 4-0 in a must-win situation in order to qualify for the World Cup. So it's looking like the U.S. hopes are still alive for a World Cup berth. But we are ready to start this second half of play. 28-7, Bearcats, and they will receive it. Back deep is going to be Isaiah Staubert and Miko Maisner.
And in the first half, we did have 3 injured Papillion players. And one of them is actually on crutches right now.
That's never a good sign.
That's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign. Hopefully his season didn't come to an end that quick.
He's a big boy.
And that is the final, including a score update. The U.S. men's national team do defeat Panama 4-0. Corey Kitt takes it from the far side. Then he's going to get great yardage. The drive is going to start out near the 40-yard line.
Going into the second half, it's probably just going to be more of a run game. You got Studi and Mazer in the backfield. They've been doing really well in the grounds in that first half, and we're excited, to see them, how they do in the second half tonight.
So, Bearcats start out the drive at their own 37-yard line. Coster will be in shotgun. Studi to his left. Motions Will Jorgensen. Going to be an option. Fakes the pitch. He's going to get go for. Not going to get much. Maybe a gain of 1.
Well, Jeff, we don't have a band.
Do we not?
We do not have a band today.
And why is that, Sean?
I think they were just a little scared of getting wet.
I can agree with that. Just a little scared of getting wet.
It's actually not misting anymore.
Mm-mm.
It actually looks nice out now here in Kearney.
Hand up the middle, Matt Studi. He's going to be taken down for a loss. The first negative yard play, and there is lightning right
Number
above
30.
us. It looked like that's to the east.
What about southeast?
So, well, that has passed us, so I don't think that's coming toward us at all. But, of course, we had that total time of 3 hours of delay a few weeks ago in the last Bearcat home game against Lincoln Northeast.
Jeff, I really don't want to talk about it.
Game didn't get done until around 11:30. Coster rolls to his left. Get a look downfield. He's got Oben Miller at the sideline, and he will get close to the first down. He will get the first down. Marked down at exactly midfield. It's like give another shout out here to Strive Sports. Of course, they're over there in Aurora, covering the Strive game of the week. You have Aurora facing York in a Class B battle, but shout out to them for tweeting at us. Miko Mazer around the corner, gets the corner, and he'll get pushed out, but that's, Doug Coster put it pretty good on his Twitter account, Bearcat Picks. There's speed, and then there's Miko speed.
Big difference between speed and Miko's speed, if you ask me.
Yeah, Miko's got that lightning speed. He's got the wheels.
You get in first place in the 100 and 200-meter dash, along with the 4x1 relay. He, kid's got speed. I did not see that play. That's how fast he was.
He's the next Flash.
So Coster doesn't make the pitch to Mazener, and he'll get up only
Another
a gain
injured.
of one, and another injured Monarch. Gosh, it's hard to watch.
And it,
Looks like another knee
leg.
injury.
it's never a good sign.
So, well, they're looking at his left leg, I believe. Well, we'll take another injury timeout. Actually, we'll keep it here as he just got up. That's number 55. Brandon, coach, 6'1", 245, senior. So, it'll be 2nd and 8 for Kearney High. Just give a update for other Kearney athletics. So today it was the conference cross-country meet. The girls got 2nd place, right behind, I believe, Norfolk, and it was the boys winning it. Back-to-back GNAC champions,
yep.
And that was both teams' final GNAC conference meets as all Kearney High sports will move on to the HAC, Heartlands Athletic Conference, beginning next season. That includes all of the Lincoln area schools, and then plus Kearney, Norfolk, Fremont, and Grand Island. Miko Mazer with the carry. He'll get to the 22.5-yard line. Actually, so 1st and 10, Kearney. 9:48 left here in this third quarter of play, just beginning the second half. Bearcats lead at 28-7. And on their first drive of this half as well. Coster and shotgun. Hand off to Mazer, going to go around to the near sideline. And he's going to get nowhere. A flag. And Atchison, talk a little to the referee, wondering what it was. And it's going to be holding. So Bearcats will be backed up for loss. Saw another lightning bolt, but again, that's to the east of us, so we expect no delays.
Yeah, we don't need any more long games like you two experienced between the Lincoln Northeast.
Correction, that is the south of us that we are seeing the lightning.
Jeff, that's south.
Okay.
Do you need to learn your directions again, Jeff?
Well, I've always thought that if you, to the right of you is always east and to the left of you is always west. No, I'm just kidding. So, 28-7, 9 minutes left. Third quarter. Coster fake the pitch, going to roll to his right. Got Will Jorgensen, but he's going to look down more downfield. Going to take it himself this time. And Coster lifted up a little bit. He'll be down at the 25.
That was a good run. Good run by Coster on that.
Showing his mobility.
He can throw, and he's got good legs. And he can throw.
A little record watch. Cannon coming into tonight was 2 passing touchdowns short of the career record for a Kearney High quarterback. That's held by Jason Jones. Cannon now is currently at 27. So a passing touchdown, he will tie the record. This time he's going to roll to his left. Going to look downfield, going to go downfield for Murray. It is caught, and he's going to be down at the 1. Nathan Murray with the reception. And the Bearcats are actually going to mark it down at the 2, and the Bearcats are now just 2 yards out for making it a 34-7 game.
Coster's a great quarterback, great basketball player as well. If you watch him out there, when he's off the ground, he's up off the ground. He's got hops, as we would call it.
Hops indeed. All-state basketball selection last season.
It's just that great all-around athlete that every school wants to have it there.
Monarchs pack the box. Studi get a barrel his way forward. We'll see what they put him. And now they're going to put him around at the 1-yard line.
What do we think Coster will be doing for basketball this year? Came pretty close to winning state last year, but
Bearcats should be set up pretty nicely. They returned Shiloh Robinson, 6'6". Post. They returned Cannon Coster. They returned Carson Schwartz, a nice point guard they'll have. So boys basketball should be very good this year. And there's going to be a penalty, and most likely it's going to be a false start. Coach Cool looking a little displeased as Bearcats will be backed up.
Coach Cool
to the 7.
You know, Coach Cool just sending his lightning speed in there. See a little out, maybe might see a little outside run.
Either pitch, maybe a wheel route
here
instead
comes
of pass
Stolberg. Either a pitch or a pass is what I'm going to say. I don't think they're going to run.
Okay.
Oh, Coach Cool's not happy. Wonder who he's yelling at.
Timeout.
Coach School is not, he was not, we heard him shouting from up here. Don't know exactly what he was shouting at. But he takes a timeout. Bearcats lead at 28-7. We'll take a break, be back as this is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Foster Field.
As I was being corrected, a pitch is a run. I do believe they're going to pass, though.
Coster is in shotgun. Meisner to his left. 2nd and 7. It's a pass. Brett Obermiller, touchdown. And Sean, well, you got it right there, bud.
I'm not brain dead after all. I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Proud of you, Sean.
Brett Obermiller, 3rd touchdown reception of the year. And the Bearcats and Cannon Coster has officially tied the record for career passing touchdowns at 28. The record is shared by Jason Jones, a 2001 graduate. Extra point is good. Bearcats lead at 35-7. Brett Obermiller, 7-yard touchdown reception. We'll be back. You're watching live here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've
Welcome back to Kearney. Bearcats lead it 35-7. Canicaster just tied the career passing touchdown record with 28. Gabe Hines sends a line drive kick. It is caught around the 4-yard line. Ooh. Big lightning bolt right there.
That looked like it was, right above us.
That was closer.
We don't want it. I don't want it. We don't need a delay.
I'd
here.
rather not have a delay again.
So, Papillion will take it over at the 28. And we're just looking at a weather map here. Looks like Kearney might get a storm. 100% chance at 9 o'clock, 70% chance at 10. And right now, it is 8:39. So getting close, and either it was a timeout or...
Do you think?
We'll see what head referee is discussing with Coach Cool.
Looks like it is starting to bring down some moisture again, so the weather app is correct so far.
Coach Cool is not happy with something.
I don't think it has anything to do with the weather. He just doesn't look happy.
Maybe we heard him shouting at one of the referees near the end of that touchdown drive.
Now
they're talking about delay. Head referee talking with our athletic director, Mitchell Stein, over there at the goal line and discussing what they want to do here. A storm is going to hit. It's already sprinkling.
they're going to call it.
And Kearney not looking too... Some of the coaches on sideline for Kearney didn't look too happy. Coach Cool doesn't look too happy. And I don't blame them either. They're up 35-7, 6:42 left in this third quarter. We are in the second half. So if this game has to be called, it will count because one half has been played here in Kearney. But 35-7, Kearney leads, 6:42 left. Here in this third quarter, we are officially in a lightning delay. Again, a storm is going to hit Kearney around 9 o'clock and continue almost into the 10 o'clock hour. 100% chance at 9 and a 70% chance at 10 o'clock, according to the Weather Channel. And yes, there is a big storm. Most of it has moved to the east. Not a lot of red and yellow. Just a little part of it right now is in Kearney.
On the bright side.
Maybe the delay won't be too long, as most of the stuff that's going to hit Kearney later on is just green. So hopefully that is a good sign to come for to resume this ball game. But we're going to take a break. We'll get some scores from around the state. Keep you updated on the situation here in Kearney. But again, we are officially in a lightning delay. It is a minimum of 30 minutes, and every time there is a lightning bolt, the clock resets back to 30 minutes. But Bearcats lead at 35-7, 6:42 left in the third quarter. We are in a lightning delay. We'll take a break, bring you back with some scores from around the state, get you a game summary as you are watching live here on the Bearcat Sports Network. This is brought to you by First National Bank.
Eliminated the worry. Life is already full of things to worry about. like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
We welcome you back here to a wet and rainy Foster Field here in Kearney, at the site of the University of Nebraska at Kearney, as we are currently in a lightning delay. The rain coming down pretty hard here at Foster Field. Bearcats lead it 35-7. We were in the middle of the third quarter. 6:42 is left in that quarter. Let's get you the game summary so far. It's been all Bearcats the entire game. First half, dominance by Kearney. Begin the game, 48-yard touchdown run by Cannon Coster, followed up just a few minutes later by a 28-touchdown reception from Maisner. And coming into tonight, Coster was 2 passing touchdowns short of tying the record for most in a career. The one to Maisner made it 27. Then later in the second quarter, it was Matthew Studi showing off that he's more than just a power back, showing his agility to bounce the outside and get a 17-yard touchdown run. And a few minutes later, Miko Maisner showing his speed once again, 67 yards to make it 28-0. Then right before half, off a turnover with 20 seconds to go, Jerome Barnes puts in his 18th rushing touchdown of the year to make it 28-7 at halftime. Coming out, first drive of the half, the Bearcats go march downfield, and Coster ties the record for most passing touchdowns in a career with a 7-yard connection to his classmate, senior Brett Obermiller. And that's where we stand right now, 35-7. And a big update, Elkhorn South and Elkhorn, Kyle rivalry game, their game has been postponed to Saturday. And not much of a drive for the other team. I mean, it's Elkhorn South and Elkhorn, but their game postponed till tomorrow. And no teams like to do that. Some other scores from around the state. York currently leads. They just scored and now leads Aurora 34-20. York, the number 3 team in Class B, and Aurora at number 8. And that is, in fact, the Strive game of the week. So they're currently going on right now as well. Another Class B matchup, Grand Island Northwest hosting Seward, and they are tied at the end of the third quarter. That's a top 10 matchup as well, as we keep scrolling through for some scores. End of the third quarter, a district matchup between Grand Island and Lincoln Pius the 10th. Grand Island at the end of the third quarter leads it 21-14. And then you have over in McCook, you have the Bison now leading Hastings 24-0 with only 6.5 minutes left to go. As we keep scrolling through. And the start of the Elkhorn South Elkhorn game will be at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And Elkhorn South currently has a 21-0 lead. They're the number 1 team in Class B, number 5 all-class according to the Omaha World Herald rankings. Still going through, and just a big one, not an area score, but in C2, UTAN, preseason top 5 team, defeats the defending state champion Wilbur Clatonia 28-7. That's a huge victory there for UTAN after losing a few close ones this year, including a 6-point loss to number 1 team Centennial. And as we still scrolling through, Miller North, and another game postponed to Saturday. Miller North at Lincoln Northeast, postponed to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. So lots of games out east is getting postponed. And, well, those are some scores from around the state. We'd also like to give a notification, just a friendly reminder that give us a notification where you guys are watching from. We'd like to know. We've had a couple of people already ring in. Kelsey Clark, a former Bearcat, watching with her roommate down at Northwest Missouri State. Her roommate is from Papillion, LaVista. Give them a shout-out as well as Sean with Dr. Marlette down in New Mexico watching on the big screen. And also if down at Fanatics, Mr. Mishu, Mr. Steinberg down there, they were at Fanatics supporting the United States men's soccer team who had a 4-0 victory over Panama tonight. They are hopefully they are watching as well. So, yeah, you can message us at our Twitter account at KHS Media Pro. We'll give you a shout-out here.
We enjoy attention.
We do.
We love our viewers so much. We love you guys for watching us.
Let's get you a couple of scores for MLB postseason, as all the division series are going on tonight. Earlier today, it was the Houston Astros getting an 8-2 victory over the Boston Red Sox, and they take a 2-0 series lead going back to Boston. And remember, division series is 3 out of 5 instead of 4 out of 7. Right now, a couple games still going on in extra innings. Bottom of the 12th, the Yankees and Indians are still tied at 8 apiece. The Yankees had an 8-7 lead into the 8th inning, but then coughed up a run, and that's where they stand in the bottom of the 12th. And right now, top of the 8th, the Chicago Cubs, the defending World Series champions, leading the Washington Nationals 2-0 in their opening game of the NLDS. And then the number 1 overall seed, the Los Angeles Dodgers, take on the NL wildcard winner, the Arizona Diamondbacks, with first pitch scheduled at 9:30 Central Time. And that's all the updates we have as of right now. Again, we are in a weather delay, lightning delay, as a storm right now is hitting the Kearney area. Lots of rain coming down. Haven't seen a lightning bolt in a little bit, though.
I have not seen any lightning since the delay.
That's a good sign for us and the Bearcats.
It was partly just because this one big lightning bolt came across that looked, it was right
Filled the
above
sky.
us. Yeah. So really not a lot of lightning after that. So hopefully we start, and I think it's been around 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes since they originally put the teams in the locker room. So hopefully we resume in that amount of time. But stay tuned here on BSN for any updates. You can also pay close attention to our @KHS Media Pro Twitter account, the official Twitter account of BSN and the Kearney High streaming program. Also, a big shout out here to First National Bank for being our sponsor tonight. They support our Kearney High athletics. First National Bank, let them be first for your banking needs. Any information, just go to your local First National Bank member, FDIC. We will not be able to stream these games without their great support of Kearney High athletics and our broadcasting program, as they are our sponsor for the remainder of this football season. So give them a huge shout out. So we're going to take another break. Just a score update. York now up 37-20 with 3:50 left in the third quarter. And before we go to break, so guys, you guys are excited about tonight's matchup, possibly some big plays going on. So what's impressed you most about Kearney's performance so far?
Well, I've personally been impressed by Maisner. I don't necessarily dislike the Bearcats running at all. When I look at Maisner, I see speed, and that's it. I would love to see him get strong by his senior year. I believe he could be a great running back by his senior year if he got bulked up. And Studi, with a few great plays, he's finding the pocket, muscling through it, as we can expect from Studi. I really want to see Stallberg decleat someone. Again, that would be nice. But, yeah, it's been a great game so far. I can't complain whatsoever.
You know, on my side, I'm going to go with Sean. Maisner's speed has been very impressive tonight. You know, he's made some big plays out there. I'm pretty sure he have 2 touchdowns tonight. He has 2 touchdowns under his name, as Sean said. And he's a sophomore. By his senior year, that kid can build himself, and he can be a powerful, strong, fast running back by his senior year.
That's if he doesn't hurt himself this track season.
No jinxing him, Sean. But also, I would say I'm going to give a shout, to the Bearcats defense. They're doing a really good job. They've been holding,
as always.
They've been holding Papio on their own side of the field for the majority of the game. The only time Papio scores when they forced a fumble and they returned it, and then Papio, I'm pretty sure, only went to the Bearcats territory once this game.
And another great surprise. How many injured Papio players have we had today? 4 or 5?
4 or 5. Unfortunate to see that. But, yeah, Papio having kind of getting injured out there. Not great to see. That's been one of the things the Bearcats have been blessed with so far this season has been they really have not had any major injuries to anybody.
I think the worst we've had was a broken thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And that benefited to him. Mm-hmm. He wore a cast, and he impressed us all.
Mm-hmm. And one last score update. Confirmation of a score. McCook pulls out the 24-0 victory over Hastings. That is a final. And the Tri-City Storm, their season opener tonight. A new era under new head coach Anthony Noreen. They are currently tied with Omaha 1-1 at the end of the second period. The shots on goal even at 13 apiece. The Storm tied it in the second period, a goal by second-year forward Charlie Devornay.
Actually, for Charlie, this is his last year when he got traded here from Fargo. He was actually injured, so this is his first season with the Storm, being a healthy player.
And just a quick score. The Cubs extend their lead over the Nationals in the top of the 8th. They now lead 3-0 in the first game, the opening game of that National League Division Series. We are currently in a lightning delay between Kearney High and Papio and LaVista. Keep it here on BSN for continuous updates. We'll take a break. Be back and pay attention here to our Twitter account at KHS Media Pro for more updates to follow. This broadcast is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
We welcome you back to Foster Field, and in just 4.5 minutes, we will have the return of Kearney High football as the weather delay or lightning delay is over. And 4:20 left on the clock for the 5-minute warm-up. As you can watch, a lot of players doing their karaoke in their jackets, those big jackets, and you got Coach Cherry out there with his blue tracksuit.
The rain suit.
The rain suit. Give a shout out to the 20 Rowdies, around 20 Rowdies that decided to stay.
Oh, we got the middle school kids too decided to stay.
So, but if you're watching from home, give a shout out to all of you who watch us. Message us at KHS Media Pro, our Twitter account, and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know, and we'll give you a shout out as well. So let us know at KHS Media Pro.
We want to show our love to you guys.
And the players look pretty pumped up playing in this rain, which is coming down pretty hard. And so we'll see what kind of effect this rain has on. It really didn't play much of a factor in the first quarter, 2.5 quarters, that the weather was coming down. So with the heavier rain coming down, it will be interesting to see what will happen with ball security, the feet, whether there will be a lot of people slipping all over the place. So we'll see. Some other Kearney High news today. Cross country, both boys and girls had their conference, the GNAC conference meet. The girls got second place while the boys got first place and are back-to-back GNAC champions, and they go out on top as this is the last season that Kearney High will be part of the Greater Nebraska Athletic Conference. They will move on to the HAC Conference next year, the Heartlands Athletic Conference. They will move on along with Norfolk as they will now. The Heartland Athletic Conference has all the Lincoln area schools. The new member, well, they have the members now, all the Lincoln schools. Then you got Grand Island and Fremont, but the new ones are going to be Lincoln Pius, Kearney, and Norfolk. Grand Island also is part of the HAC as well, so that move coming in next season, and Canada has a score for the Tri-City Storm.
The Storm is actually leading the Lancers 2-1. The 7th overall pick in the 2017 USHL Phase 2 draft, Tyler Ward, gets his first career goal in the USHL and with the Storm.
I believe he was one of the first-round picks that the Storm made.
He was the 7th overall pick in the draft.
So the Storm with a new, beginning a new era with a new head coach, Anthony Noreen, coming in. He coached recently with the Youngstown Phantoms, who are also part of the USHL, the same league that the Tri-City Storm are part of. Led the Phantoms to the playoffs 4 out of the 5 seasons he was there, including the 2014 USHL Coach of the Year.
And that was actually the same year. Oh, it was the 2014-2015 season where Noreen and Youngstown Phantoms and the Storm were actually battling for the Anderson Cup, where Noreen's team came on top with that.
Yeah, hockey.
John, you don't know hockey, do you?
I know bowling and football. That's about it.
Hey,
Well, I should just say bowling.
Why don't you just tell us about the bowling team tomorrow?
Well, for those of you unaware, the Kearney High varsity bowling team will be making its way to Fremont tomorrow, bowling at 10 a.m. against Fremont and North Star.
Both teams very good, and me and Sean are part of the bowling team. Fremont, one of the pinnacle of bowling, and one of the top bowling programs in the state. Before last season, they won 3 straight state championships before falling to Lincoln Northeast last year in the finals. And they are once again, even though they have all 5 new starters, all freshmen, but, you know, it's Fremont. They still have those guys averaging around 200 pins a game.
We're just bowling because we're too good for football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll say that.
You know, my bowling score, I average about just 100 pins.
Stop.
That's better than yours, Sean.
In your dreams, Tanner.
In my dreams.
Now let's get to the football game about to start. Why don't we talk about football?
So 6:42 left in the third quarter where we resume. 1st and 10 at the 28 for Papio and LaVista. Barnes up the middle, and he will get a first down, marked down at the 39. So first play after the weather delay, it's an 11-yard rush.
That one felt like nothing after the 2.5-hour one we experienced a few weeks ago.
Agreed.
It's a good thing you guys have to go through that pain again.
Cannon, where were you on that one?
I was working, and then I went home and watched the game.
Fair enough.
As the last home game, total of 3-hour delay time. About a half hour before the game and 2.5 hours in the game as Papillion LaVista just running the ball hard. Still going. Bearcats can't take the back down, and he'll be inside Bearcat territory.
Josh Ray hopped on his back and could not get him down. That was a sight.
I don't know. I hope this delay doesn't carry on. I mean, Papio has 2 straight first downs on this.
And so 1st and 10 from Papio on the Bearcat 48-yard line.
Shout out to the Rowdies who have stayed. We have about 20, maybe 30 of them who stayed.
Barnett, you hand off to Barnes. And he will get tackled at the 40. Ball is loose, but they're going to count him down, and Papillion would have recovered it anyway. So down at the 40-yard line, and Papillion's moving the ball here to begin the resume of this game.
I don't know what they did in that locker room, but I sure don't like it.
But, I would think it might be an advantage to us because, we've had a little experience winning that locker room before a game.
We've been doing really good this year. Our britches are getting really high, so, a close call would be really nice.
Barnett up the middle. Barnes. A stopper.
There is the D-cleat, as I was hoping for.
Stahlberg up there in the middle, not as wide in the open field as we usually see it, but Stahlberg again lifting up his man, slamming him down.
We got a finals in the MLB. The Cleveland Indians came on top 9-8 over the New York Yankees in the 13th inning.
So that means the Indians take a commanding 2-0 series lead in the ALDS as they go back to New York for Game 3. And again, the division series are 3 out of 5. So Indians within 1 win of going to the ALCS. And another injury for
it's like a hamstring.
Papillion LaVista player.
I think it's
another leg injury.
What's that, like the 4th leg injury? But here,
not good to see that.
Is that Barnes?
That might be Barnes. Yeah, you might be correct, Cannon.
It looked like
Number
Barnes.
7.
Yep, that's Barnes. That's Jerome Barnes, the star running back. And that's a sight if your head coach, if I could give it to Randy Hubert.
I believe their head coach is coming out right now.
Yeah, that is not a sight you want to see. Has over 1,000 yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 1 tonight. Well, it's good for him to, looks like he's stand up. And he's walk off field. Just a little background on each coach, including Coach Cool's 17th season as the head coach. Won a state title with Kearney in 2006. While you got Papillion LaVista head coach Randy Hubert, his 3rd season at Papio. Before, he coached 17 years at Aurora, and he won Class B titles in 2008 and 2009. And he had an 8-man title when he was the head coach of Coleridge back in 1987. He has a 10-14 career record at Papio since 2015. Made the playoffs in his first year back in 2015, where they lost in the first round to Omaha West Side, 28-27. So since Barnes had an injury, he'll have to sit out just for, looks like probably just 1 play, maybe a couple plays. And there's a false start. They tried the jet sweep with Tyler Robinson, but false start will bring him back.
And I think we should give a shout out to all the fans from both sides who actually are still here. We see some of the Kearney fans have started to come back up here in Papio. Some of their fans have even stayed for the game.
I believe that call was on Thad Huber.
So 4:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Papillion LaVista trying to get something going. They've marched down the field here in the Bearcat territory. Hand off. Nope. Barnett out wide. Hunter Novacek is going to come out of the tackle with Thad Huber. It's a sack all the way back down at the 44.
Some good little teamwork there by the two.
Just see Maisner coming in.
Great recognition to not bite on the fake that Barnett did. So Novacek was able to stay at home, and that's one of the things that Coach Cool and his staff work on with those defensive ends, is making sure they don't bite down on those read options, and it worked out for him well. Worked out well for him there.
Indeed.
3:45 left. It's 3rd and 18 for Papillion LaVista. Barnett rolls to his left. Pressure coming off the edge. It's going to throw dart and incomplete. But penalty. And where is the penalty marker? If it's near the sideline, that might be maybe a late hit on the quarterback. Referee still the discussion.
I think he just called on the Monarchs.
Yeah, it's on the Monarchs. Don't believe
Illegal hit.
it's illegal. An illegal man downfield. One of the linemen must have gone up too far. Penalty is declined though, so that'll be 4th and 18 for Papillion.
Now, isn't that the second time they've done that? They've called that flag in this game. I mean, I think Kearney had it like that early, and we didn't know like what the motion was. But now if that's the same one, now we know what it was.
Barnett will be the punter to kick it away. Matt Studi back for the Bearcats. He's standing at the 10-yard line. Punt to Studi. Made a fair catch, but it's going to take a friendly bounce for Papillion. And they're going to be marked down at the 7-yard line. So the Bearcats will be back deep in their own territory, the first time they've had to deal with that kind of field position the entire night. So we'll see what the Bearcat offense can do. I just expect the Bearcats to just pound the rock.
Do a little old school Nebraska here.
Definitely not new school Huskers, though.
We don't need to talk about our Huskers.
In fact, they play Wisconsin tomorrow at 7 o'clock against Wisconsin.
Hopefully it's not a blowout.
So up the middle
Studi.
is Matt Studi. And he'll get up to the 10-yard line, so gain of 3. So 3 minutes to go. Bearcats faces 2nd and 7 from their 10-yard line. Coster up the middle. Matt Studi.
There's that muscle.
Yep, he's gonna muscle his way forward.
I know Sean saw it. Jeff, did you see that Studi power there?
Muscle his way forward for another few yards to make it a 3rd and short. 3rd and 3. See what they want to do here.
See Atchison and Huber coming in.
We'll see what running back is out there for the Bearcats.
I think it's still Studi. I don't think Emerson Masner go in.
So
There goes Coster running.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just decide just to pound the rock once again. Or maybe they'll try a swing pass or maybe a fullback dive for Will Jorgensen. Nope, they're going shotgun, but it's going to be a timeout for Coach Cool takes a timeout for the Bearcats. They lead at 35-7. We'll take a break as well. This break is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Coming out of the timeout, Bearcats lead at 35-7, 2:02 left here in this 3rd quarter as we welcome you back here to Foster Field. The rain still coming down pretty hard, but no lightning whatsoever. Option. Coster kept it. Ball's loose, but Bearcats get it back. But they're still going to have to punt and see, that's maybe with that rain, maybe the rain was a little factor in there, making the ball a little too slippery for him.
And Coster will be punting into the wind too.
Yes, indeed, he'll go into the wind, so we'll really get to see how strong of a leg Cannon really has. I mean, he can pop it up there, but if he gets it maybe a little too high, that thing could be coming back. So maybe Coach Cool tell him just to do it pretty low, keep it low.
I mean, the Bearcats been stopping them all game.
Papio coming after it. It might have been tipped, but couldn't tell for sure as Cannon gets it all the way down to Papio's 47-yard line. 48, excuse me.
I don't think he got a hand on that. It was close, but I don't think he got a hand on it.
So rolls into Bearcat territory. If LaVista will have a chance maybe to climb back in this, but they still trail by 28. So, 1st and 10. Barnett swing pass out in the flats. That's the Malik Barnes, and ball, maybe the ball was loose. The pass was complete.
Is this just going to be the let's just fumble game now? New slippery ball?
$50 seconds, or 40 seconds now left to go. Barnes going to be in shotgun. Or excuse me, Barnett. Jet sweep, hands it off to Malik Barnes on the outside. And he's met pretty quickly, but Papio's going to be able to get the first down. They're marked down at the Bearcat 35.
Harrington on top of that group at a little heavy.
I would not want to run the Lee Harrington if I was an opposing player.
The last 20 seconds of this third quarter.
Rain coming down a little harder. Quite a bit harder at that.
We just hope there's no lightning.
So
Going for
Barnett
a deep pass right now.
in the shotgun.
Ooh.
Fake the handoff, can keep it himself in. He's going to use his speed, cuts upfield, and tripped up. And that was probably a touchdown saving tackle. That was Davis Skiles, and that's going to bring the third quarter to a close. Bearcats lead at 35-7, but Papio and LaVista threatening in the Kearney red zone. You're watching live here on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
Welcome you back here to Foster Field. Bearcats lead Papio and LaVista 35-7 as begin the fourth and final quarter. Barnett going to hand off. And the runner's going to get up to the 10-yard line. Let's see who that is. That's number 1, Tyler Robinson.
Papio showing a little, just have a little energy in them.
And a little life here.
After that delay.
They're now down to the Bearcat 10, 2nd and 2. as the Bearcats have not given up more than 7 points since the first game of the season, which they gave up 16 against Grand Island. Barnett can keep himself on the outside, but nowhere to go.
Hello, that's an awakening.
2 Bearcats waiting right there from at the doorstep.
Isaiah Stalbert on the tackle.
It would have been better if we would have done this famous Stalbert tackle.
Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 4. We'll see what Papillion wants to do right here. Robinson still at their running back. Have not seen Jerome Barnes since he went down with that injury. Option. He's going to pitch it back. Robinson loses control, and he's just got to kneel down at the 20. 4th and long. Bearcat defense stepping up here when Papio is threatening near the red zone. So we'll see what Papillion wants to do here. Kick the field goal.
Not quite sure what to do.
They're probably just going to go for it. We're in the 4th quarter. I think they're just going to go for it by the look of them. They're all looking at the sideline, but the coach isn't sending one on the field.
Yeah, I agree. They should go for it. It's 35-7, 10-15 left in the game.
And
why not?
If they miss and the Bearcats score, isn't there a running clock after that?
I believe so.
They're just going to go for it.
Fake handoff. Barnett rolls to his right. Got a man open. Nope. And he in and out of the hands of number 10. That's Jaden Collins. And so the Bearcats will take over on downs.
Someone's got butterfingers. Well, I mean, you can't say butterfingers. It's a really wet day out there.
So Bearcats take over at their own 20. 9:57 left in this game. Trying to go down, maybe score one more touchdown and get that running clock and get out of here with the victory to stay undefeated. Going into next week against Omaha Creighton Prep, who comes to town, who's ranked number 5 in Class A right now. Pitch to the left side. Matt Studi trying to get the corner. He's going to, and he's going to get a first down as well. Great run by Matthew Studi.
Now, do you think we'll start seeing, if we score, do you think we'll start seeing the younger kids coming, the juniors, the reserves?
Yeah, I believe if we hit the running clock, we're going to see some. We're going to see the JV and the reserve take some snaps.
Well, we'll probably see the JV a little bit later. By the, we're up 35-7 right now here in the 4th quarter. We'll probably see the JV come in towards the end of the game. Let them get a few action at the varsity level.
But if the Bearcats do hold on, they're looking for go 7-0 for the first time in a decade as it's holding against the Bearcats. Last time they went 7-0 was back in 2007, the year after they won the state championship. In 2007, that year, they went 9-0 and made it all the way to the state semifinals.
Be watching Obermiller on this play.
I would say Obermiller, Stalbert.
Koster takes snap, rolls to his
Looking
right.
at Stalbert.
Pressured. Throws in. Now he's going to take himself. Goes upfield. Watch that speed.
Stalbert.
Caden
right.
Koster looking for a block. And he's taken down all the way inside the 20. What a run by Caden Koster. Showing why he's that two-way threat. Using his arms and legs.
He saw that open field, and he knew he was going to take off. He knew the minute he saw open field, he was gone. He was going to get a big gain on that.
All the way to the 19. So I believe that's around a 71-yard run for Koster, if I count that correctly. Now he's under shotgun. Up the middle, Will Jorgensen, fullback dive. Muscles his way forward for a few yards. Rich Broderson on the PA tonight. 8:57 left here in this final quarter of play. Number 7 Bearcats lead at 35-7 over the visiting Papillion LaVista Monarchs. And a final score for the Cubs take a 1-0 series lead over the Washington Nationals as they get a 3-0 shutout victory. to go up 1-0 in that series. Up the middle is Matt Studi. Oh, he just tripped up, and he's not very happy about it either. He knew he had a touchdown, if not with that ankle tackle. It would have been his 10th of the year if he didn't get tripped up. Ball spot at the 8, 3rd and goal. So here comes Coster. In fact, it was 1st and goal, correction. Under shotgun from the 8-yard line. Up the middle, Matthew Studi gets met at the line of scrimmage by a few Monarchs, and he's not going to get much. Another final score. York pulls away late and gets a convincing 51-20 victory over Aurora. So that Strive Game of the Week just got over. As the Bearcats, 2nd and goal from the 7. 7:45 left here in this football game. Trying to get out of here with a victory to set themselves up nicely for next week's showdown versus number 5, Omaha Creighton Prep. Up the middle, Matt Studi. Gonna go to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. Matthew Studi, 7 yards out. Bearcats lead it 41-7.
That was a great run by Studi right there, showing off his strength and speed.
Kind of dive into that one, though. That was a close call.
We'll give Studi credit. Congratulations on another touchdown by Matthew Studi.
And here's the extra point. Gabe Hines. It is good. So running clock for the rest of the game as the Bearcats take a 42-7 victory with 7:27 left here in this fourth quarter. We'll take a break as this is brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated.
Welcome you back here to Foster Field. Bearcats take a 42-7 victory, put the running clock in effect, as we most likely just saw the last drive of the first team offense of the night. There's Gabe Hines with a great kickoff. It's a touchback. Here come the defense. First team defense still out there. This could be their last drive, last defensive stand we see tonight, as it's 7:10 left, and it's just going to be running clock from now on. So we could probably presume that Bearcats are going to pull this one out and move to 7-0 for the first time since 2007, and we'll set up an ultimate showdown next week against Omaha Creighton Prep, number 5 in Class A, as the Bearcats are number 7 in Class A, and that most likely will decide the class or the A4 district championship, as the Bearcats have already clinched a playoff spot. And Barnett takes it. He will go at the middle, and he will get a good amount. He'll get a first down, in fact, near the 32-yard line. But the Bearcats will face Creighton Prep next week. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Pregame beginning around 6:40, 6:45. And that game could be the game of the year for the Bearcats season, pending playoffs, but it's going to be a huge one next week, so we hope you join us for that one. Barnett in shotgun. Takes the snap, pitches it off for Robinson. He's going nowhere. Hit hard. That's Nick James.
We've said his name a few times tonight for some big hits.
Another great hit by Nick James, the junior running back slash linebacker. And you know what? He can play more than just football. Got second place in the 132-pound division Class A wrestling championship.
From what I heard, he does not like wrestling, though.
Likes football better?
Might not be wrestling this season, he says.
No, we're not going to say that. We need him on the mat.
If we have any shot of winning that state championship, he's going to be on the mat. I don't think head coach Tyler Swarm's going to let him go.
You know, speaking of wrestling, we got our state champion, Lee Harrington, out there. We know he'll be on the mat. We know he's going to try to go for that repeat for his final year.
And so, third and short coming up for Papio and LaVista. 3rd and 1 with 5 minutes to go. So Barnett will be in shotgun. Fake jet sweep. Barnett up the middle. Going to use his speed to get to the outside. He'll be taken down at the 39-yard line. So Papio finally getting something going here.
Thor Thong in there. Good job.
Yep, as you're finally starting to see some of the backups come in and get some playing time. And also here on the sideline, we see Drew Sinnard and Braden Miller, both juniors, warming up here on the sideline. They're both JV starters who will most likely get in the next offensive series if the Bearcats get one. Hand off. I believe that's Tyler Robinson. He'll scamper his way for a few yards.
Now, Barnes hasn't come back in this game.
Yeah, that's going to be a headline to watch. Either he really is hurt and out for the game, or they just fact like he could be healthy enough to play, but with the score being this much, let's not try and injure our star further and just save him for next week when they host Lincoln Northeast, which is a very winnable game for Papio and LaVista. Fake handoff. Barnett keeps himself. Gets a block. He's going to try to get the corner, but no, he'll just have to go out of bounds. The pursuit there for the Bearcats was number 35, Cade Christ, 5'9", 158-pound junior. As the clock keeps on rolling here in Kearney, 3:20 left.
No, now did Coach Cool win his juniors in?
Yes, those are the backups who are now in the game.
Featuring Corey Kitt, the senior. They got to have one leader out there, leadership role from a senior.
So Barnett in shotgun once again. Hands off to Robinson around the far side. And he's going to go forward. He'll get close down the first down marker. Corbin Foster with the tackle. The junior. In fact, he was part of the post-52 Junior Legion team that won the Class A state championship over the summer.
Remember our junior year when we played Legion? He pitched against us both times.
Pretty good baseball player.
We don't need to talk about that.
So, Barnett Robinson, he's getting it in. Touchdown, Papio and LaVista.
Well,
makes it 42-13.
That's the second team against Kearney to put more than, what, 7 points on the board?
So that's the first time since the beginning of the season the Bearcats have given up more than 7 points when they gave up 16 against Grand Island.
That was a very good game to watch.
On for the extra point. And it is no good. That was number 26, Zach Riedel. But Papio and LaVista still trails Kearney 42-13. 2:17 left in this final fourth quarter. We'll take a break as you're watching live here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
The worry. Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, We've eliminated the worry.
Welcome back to Foster Field on this rainy night of Friday night football, as the Bearcats are just 2-17 away from going to 7-0 for the first time since 2007. Setting up an ultimate showdown between Kearney and Creighton Prep next week, next Friday. Kickoff at 7, pregame at 6:40, 6:45. And that, Sean Cannon, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, it's going to be a great game. If you can't come to Foster Field next Friday, watch Sunstrive. It's going to be a show. That's the game of the year for Kearney. Hands down, it's going to be a fantastic game.
It's going to be a scary game, if you ask me.
Sean, we're not going to go negative yet.
The only thing not on the Bearcat side for that one is the fact they haven't been pushed very much since
They've had it good for them so far.
the last game that really was relatively close was Lincoln East, the second game of the season when they only won 17-0. Otherwise, it's been blowouts the remainder of the season. 31-7 against North Platte, 48-6 against Lincoln Northeast, 61-16 against Fremont, 42-0 against Millard North, and now most probably a 42-13 victory over Papio and LaVista. So really, Kearney has not been challenged since week 2 of the season. And then you have Creighton Prep coming to town, but you know, everyone, including us at Kearney here, get pumped up for playing a team like Creighton Prep because they're one of the pinnacle programs here in Class A football. Nick James with the carry to give her a few yards.
So we see our Rowdies heading over to the side of the field.
Come out in the field, win the game. Final seconds tick away so they can storm the field and embrace their victorious Bearcats as they will get the victory, move to 7-0 for the first time since 2007.
Now that Burke went down, how many undefeated teams remain in the Class A?
That's a good point, Cannon. We have, I think, now I think it marks it down to 3 as Thorthong gets a carry. He won't get much. He gets 1 yard, but we have us, Kearney. We have Lincoln High. We have Bellevue West. And I think that might be about it. 3 undefeateds left.
Because Burke and Omaha North, weren't they still undefeated since them and Burke were both undefeated one tonight's game?
I believe Omaha North did lose at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong.
One of us is wrong. It's probably going to be me.
Up the middle, James. Still on his feet. He'll get close to the first down.
When they tried to get Corey the first time, he was just tap dancing to the left. Well, now our Rowdies here at the north end zone are starting to do their "I believe we just won" chant because what they 42-13 lead, they can proudly say that.
And Kenny, you're correct. Omaha North is undefeated, so that's Omaha North, Lincoln High, Kearney, and Bellevue West are the only undefeateds left in Class A. So Kearney, one of the final 4 to stay undefeated, as this will be the last play of the game. Stick around for post-game. We'll get some scores, a game summary, and get you maybe a little preview of a Creighton Prep next week. And also, that will do it from me. You can follow me. I'll have post-game interviews following this game on my Twitter account shortly afterwards. You can follow me at X_on_sports. You can also follow our official BSN Twitter account at KHS Media Pro. And so we thank you for joining us here tonight. That is it for me. We'll have one of our companions here finish out post-game. Again, I'm Jeff Ekstrom, Sean Carson, Canna Rath, producers Allie Meyer, Colton Hollaback, and Robert Goff. So we'll take a break, come back with post-game show. Bearcats pull out the victory, 42-13. They move to 7-0 for the first time since 2007. Stick with us here on BSN, brought to you by First National Bank.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.
And welcome back here to BSN, Bearcat Sports Network here. This is Robert Goff, the advisor for the Bearcat Sports Network and our media productions. Jeff Ekstrom, as he usually does, he bails on us, right, Cannon? He goes down the field to do some interviews.
Yeah.
He says he does interviews, but it's raining. I'm not sensing he's doing it. I think he's getting out of tearing down the equipment. What do you think?
I think that's why he just doesn't want to do. He just wants to go take his awkward selfie.
He does. He likes taking his selfies on the field, and he doesn't do tear down. So I guess I have to work on that in class on Monday.
Yeah, that's our number one goal.
There's our number one goal. That might be punishment. That might be just another day in the camera for Jeff.
2 days on camera for Jeff.
That's
now?
2 days on the camera
2
for
days.
Jeff. There we go. All right, the Rowdies are coming on the field. Man, I can't say enough about our Kearney High School Rowdy fans. Another rain delay. And there's probably, what do you think, a couple hundred fans?
Yeah, I'm surprised at the amount of people that actually stayed.
You know, it's funny here. Look how fast the football players are getting out of here. They're wet.
They just want to go
They
home.
want to go
They
home.
want to leave.
They really do. Most of the time they stick around and talk to the Rowdies, but this time, guys, we're leaving. It's cold and it's wet. I want to get out of here. All right, we'll do a school recap here. First quarter here. Cannon Coster started the scoring off with a 46-yard touchdown run. Great run by Coster. Broke many tackles on the first play of scrimmage from the Bearcats for the offense. Later in the first quarter, Miko Maisner had a 28-yard reception between two defenders. That was a great catch, right, Cannon?
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Miko Maisner. We moved to second quarter now. Matt Studi, the senior, number 15, had a 17-yard touchdown run, stretched the lead to 21-0. Later in that quarter, Miko Maisner had an incredible showing off his speed. Maisner has like track speed.
Lightning. I describe it as lightning speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
absolutely.
is quick.
He is fast. He is a fast young man.
He's a flash.
And he's only a sophomore. 67-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. And to finish off in the second quarter here, 12-yard touchdown run by Barnes for Papio to cut the lead to 28-7 as we ended at half. Coming out from half into the third quarter, a 7-yard touchdown reception by senior Brett O'Miller from Cannon Coster. That stretched the lead out again. And then to 35-7. And then also in the fourth quarter, Matt Studi with a great drive and push at the end. 7-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, pushed the lead to 42-7. And scoring was finished off here by Tyler Robinson from Papio. An 8-yard run. That was a nice drive, Papio, at the end of the game. And missed extra point to give our final score of 42-13 here in this rainy, wet, dreary night here at Kearney High School. But Bearcats come out with a victory, 42-13. Before we finish off here, Cannon, anything last words here?
It was a fantastic game. It was fun to watch, the little delay. After that, I think that, it gave Papio kind of momentum boost. But overall, the Bearcats moved the ball really well tonight. Their defense played well. The Rowdies, our student fan section, the fans, Rowdies, the parents, they did a good job. Some of them sticked around afterwards to support them.
Got quite a few left. I hope we had a good crowd here watching us here at our Bearcat Sports Network. And it is now official. We can start talking about prep.
It is time for Creighton prep.
The boys been focused. Everybody's talked about Creighton prep and talking like, no, one game at a time. One game at a time. You know what? There's no more one game at a time. It's time for prep.
It is the preparation.
It is preparation for Creighton prep coming to town next week. Huge game. Prep number 4 or number 5.
They're number 5.
We're number 5. We're number 7. Huge game for implications in the state rankings, state seedings. All right, so all of us here at Bearcat Sports Network here. This is Robert Goff, again, the advisor. For our color man here, Cannon Rath, we have Colton Hollaback here, a freshman on our, he was our producer tonight, director, did a great job. Allie Myers, as always, on our camera person. And for Jeff Ekstrom and Sean Carson, who skipped out on the work of Terrytown, they're on the field getting wet, supposedly doing interviews. From all of us here, have a great night, and we will see you 1 week from tonight here at Foster Field. Again, the final score here, Kearney High School 42, Papio LaVista Monarchs 13. Good night.
Life is already full of things to worry about. Like mornings. With First National free checking, we've eliminated the worry.